In international waters, where silence hides invisible threats, modern warfare transcends traditional boundaries. These are not tanks or ground troops, but highly integrated technological systems that define new battlefields. In September 2025, a United States naval operation would reveal to the world how contemporary conflicts are fought, not with brute force, but with surgical precision, adaptive intelligence, and a complex dance between human and technological systems. This is the account of a battle that would forever change the understanding of naval warfare, a confrontation where each millisecond, each sensor, and each decision can mean the difference between victory and annihilation. Prepare to enter the future of war. The darkness concealed a lethal precision. Midnight approached with mechanical coldness as U.S. Navy destroyers USS Stout and USS Jason Dunham aligned their weapon systems, digital coordinates flickering across combat screens. Naval commanders watched intently as the electrical signature of Tomahawk cruise missiles erupted from their launch tubes, slicing through the Arabian Sea's black expanse. The mission: obliterate the primary Houthi coastal base responsible for launching small boats and surface drones. This was more than a simple strike. It represented a calculated demonstration of maritime power projection, transforming the naval landscape with surgical efficiency. The first volley represented a strategic statement. American naval forces would not tolerate asymmetric threats to maritime freedom. The Tomahawk's technological marvel transformed naval warfare into a long-distance chess match. Each missile, carrying precision guidance systems and advanced target recognition capabilities, represented a $1.4 million investment in strategic disruption. These Block V Tomahawks, launched from the vertical launch systems of the destroyers, could strike targets over 1,000 miles away with near-perfect accuracy. Intelligence gathering had meticulously mapped the Houthi infrastructure, identifying command centers, weapon storage facilities, and drone launch platforms. The missiles would strike simultaneously, creating a synchronized shock designed to paralyze the enemy's coastal defense capabilities. Every launch represented calculated risk and overwhelming technological superiority, transforming maritime conflict into a high-stakes technological confrontation. The emotional landscape of this night mission transcended mere mechanical execution. Aboard the destroyers, crews worked with disciplined calm, understanding that each button press, each coordinate entered, represented potential life and death consequences. Radar operators tracked missile trajectories, weapons officers monitored launch sequences, and commanders maintained a stoic composure that masked the intense psychological pressure. The Tomahawk strikes represented more than a military operation. They were a statement of resolve, a demonstration that asymmetric threats would be met with overwhelming, precise force. As the missiles disappeared into the night, leaving behind trails of technological fury, the Naval Strike Group prepared for potential retaliation. The first phase of the operation was complete, but the real challenge was just beginning. The enemy would not remain silent, and the next moves would test the limits of American naval capabilities and human resilience. The first light of dawn revealed the initial enemy reaction: a rapid coordinated missile launch targeting the U.S. naval formation. Intelligence systems aboard the carrier group detected multiple radar signatures emerging from coastal installations, transforming the calm maritime landscape into an instantaneous battlefield. The Houthi response was calculated and brutal, a saturated missile attack designed to overwhelm defensive systems and create psychological shock. Tracking systems lit up with dozens of incoming projectiles, each representing a potential threat to the multi-billion-dollar naval assets. The USS Harry S. Truman's Combat Information Center transformed into a high-tension environment, with tactical officers rapidly analyzing trajectories, calculating intercept probabilities, and preparing defensive protocols. This was no ordinary engagement. This was a test of technological superiority, human decision-making, and split-second tactical adaptation. The technological chess match unfolded with breathtaking speed and complexity. Aegis Combat Systems began their intricate dance of detection, tracking, and potential interception. Phased array radars swept the electromagnetic spectrum, creating a digital representation of the incoming threats. Each missile signature was analyzed: speed, altitude, potential weapon type, and probable target. The SPY-1 radar systems aboard the destroyers began filtering and prioritizing targets, creating a millisecond-by-millisecond assessment of the developing threat environment. Tactical officers knew that their defensive capabilities would be pushed to the absolute limit. With multiple missile types, varying speeds, and potential saturation tactics, every decision could mean the difference between successful defense and catastrophic breach. The battle was transforming into a complex, algorithmic challenge where human intuition and technological precision would determine survival. The emotional intensity of the moment transcended pure technological execution. Sailors and officers understood the profound stakes. A single missile penetrating defenses could transform a strategic mission into a potential disaster. The ship's crew moved with practiced efficiency, years of training condensing into instantaneous reactions. Weapon control systems prepared for rapid-fire defensive launches, with each interceptor missile representing a precious resource in a potentially prolonged engagement. The psychological pressure was immense, tracking multiple threats, making split-second targeting decisions, maintaining communication discipline, and managing the collective stress of potential imminent danger. As the first wave of missiles approached, the naval formation transformed into a living, breathing defensive organism. Each radar ping, each weapon system activation, each tactical command represented a heartbeat in this high-stakes maritime confrontation. The enemy had made their move. Now the U.S. naval forces would demonstrate why they were considered the most advanced maritime fighting force in human history. As the missile barrage intensified, the electronic warfare landscape transformed into a critical battleground of invisible signals and counter-signals. The U.S. Navy's Advanced Electronic Countermeasure (ECM) systems activated with precision, creating a complex electromagnetic shield designed to confuse, misdirect, and neutralize incoming threats. AN/ALQ-214 jammers aboard the destroyers began broadcasting sophisticated interference patterns, while AN/SLQ-32 defensive systems initiated rapid-fire electronic disruption protocols. Each transmitted signal represented a calculated technological chess move, attempting to blind enemy radar systems, corrupt missile guidance mechanisms, and create phantom electronic signatures that would mislead incoming projectiles. The battle was no longer just about physical destruction, but about dominating the invisible spectrum of electromagnetic warfare, a domain where mathematical algorithms and signal processing became the ultimate weapons of survival. The technological complexity of this electronic confrontation revealed the true nature of modern naval warfare. Phased array radars continuously swept the electromagnetic spectrum, identifying and tracking potential threat vectors while simultaneously generating complex jamming signals. Tactical data links like Link 16 allowed instantaneous sharing of electronic threat information across the naval formation, creating a distributed and adaptive defensive network. Onboard computers processed millions of calculations per second, predicting missile trajectories, analyzing potential electronic attack vectors, and generating real-time countermeasure strategies. The Aegis combat system became a living, breathing intelligent network, integrating radar data, electronic signatures, and predictive algorithms into a unified defensive strategy. Each electronic pulse represented a potential lifeline, each jamming signal a shield against technological aggression. The human operators became conductors of this complex electronic symphony, managing systems that operated at speeds far beyond human reaction time. The human drama of this electronic confrontation transcended pure technological execution. Sailors and electronic warfare specialists understood that their actions represented the thin line between survival and catastrophic defeat. Within the cramped, electronics-filled spaces of combat information centers, operators worked with intense concentration, managing an invisible war fought in nanoseconds. Their training condensed years of technological understanding into split-second decisions that could neutralize entire incoming missile waves. Stress levels were astronomical, understanding that each electronic countermeasure could mean the difference between preserving a multi-billion-dollar naval asset or witnessing its destruction. The psychological tension was palpable, maintaining calm while managing complex systems operating at the edge of technological capability. As the electronic battle reached its most intense moment, the naval formation demonstrated why modern warfare had become a complex dance of human intuition and technological precision. The enemy's electronic attacks were being systematically dismantled, revealing the overwhelming technological superiority of the U.S. naval electronic warfare capabilities. The USS Gettysburg became the focal point of an unprecedented missile saturation attack, transforming the naval engagement into a critical test of defensive capabilities. Radar screens erupted with multiple incoming projectiles, at least 12 distinct missile tracks converging from different vectors, each representing a potential fatal threat. The ship's advanced SPY-1 radar system began the complex calculus of threat assessment, prioritizing targets and calculating intercept probabilities with millisecond precision. Tactical officers faced an impossible choice. With limited interceptor missiles and multiple incoming threats, every decision became a life-or-death calculation. The traditional two-missile-per-threat doctrine was quickly abandoned in favor of a more aggressive, resource-conserving approach. SM-2 missiles would be fired in single missile configurations, pushing the defensive systems to their absolute technological and human limits. The battle transformed into a high-stakes game of electronic and kinetic chess, where each launched interceptor represented a precious strategic resource. The technological complexity of the defensive engagement pushed naval warfare capabilities to their absolute edge. Aegis combat systems began executing rapid-fire intercept protocols, with each missile launch representing a calculated risk. The decision to use SM-2 missiles in a single missile mode was unprecedented. Typically, 2 missiles would be launched to ensure a higher probability of kill. But with the volume of incoming threats, traditional doctrines had to be abandoned. Tactical action officers began employing unconventional defensive strategies, including using Evolved Sea Sparrow missiles, ESSM, in an offensive interceptor role, a tactic never before attempted in active combat conditions. The ship's defensive systems became a living, breathing organism of technological adaptation. Computer systems processed millions of calculations per second, predicting missile trajectories, analyzing potential intercept windows, and generating split-second firing solutions. The human operators became the critical interface between raw computational power and tactical decision-making, their years of training condensing into moments of extreme psychological pressure. The human drama of this defensive engagement transcended pure technological execution. Sailors and officers understood that their actions would determine the survival of not just their ship, but potentially the entire carrier strike group. The psychological tension was extreme, tracking multiple incoming threats, making instantaneous targeting decisions, maintaining communication discipline, while managing the collective stress of potential imminent destruction. Each radar ping, each weapon system activation represented a heartbeat in this high-stakes maritime confrontation. The ship's crew moved with a combination of practiced efficiency and raw human determination. Commanders knew that traditional defensive doctrines were being rewritten in real time, with each interceptor launch representing a potential turning point in the battle. As the missile saturation attack reached its peak, the USS Gettysburg became a symbol of technological resilience and human adaptability. The defensive engagement was more than a military operation. It was a testament to human capability to transform technological systems into a living shield against overwhelming odds. The battlefield transformed dramatically as hundreds of small drones emerged from coastal launching points, creating an unprecedented asymmetric threat to the U.S. naval formation. Unlike traditional missile attacks, this swarm represented a new generation of warfare. Cheap, expendable platforms designed to overwhelm defensive systems through sheer numerical superiority. Radar screens filled with hundreds of small, rapidly moving targets, each drone representing a potential kinetic or electronic threat. F/A-18 Super Hornets were immediately scrambled from the USS Harry S. Truman's deck, their pilots facing an entirely new combat scenario. The drone swarm moved with algorithmic precision, utilizing complex swarming tactics that seemed to defy traditional aerial engagement protocols. Some drones carried electronic warfare payloads, while others appeared equipped with small explosive charges, creating a multi-dimensional threat that challenged every existing naval defensive doctrine. The battle had transitioned from conventional missile warfare to a complex, adaptive technological confrontation. The technological response required unprecedented levels of integration and adaptive thinking. AIM-120 MRAM missiles, originally designed for engaging high-value aerial targets, were now being repurposed to intercept small, rapidly maneuvering drone platforms. The aircraft's advanced IRST, infrared search and track, Block 2 systems provided critical passive detection capabilities, allowing pilots to identify and engage threats without revealing their own electronic signatures. Each interceptor missile represented a significant financial investment, potentially $400,000 to neutralize a drone costing mere thousands. Tactical officers quickly developed new engagement protocols, implementing saturation defense strategies that prioritized critical naval assets over individual drone elimination. Onboard computer systems began executing complex algorithms that predicted drone swarm behavior, attempting to identify command and control mechanisms and potential weak points in the collective autonomous system. The battle became a high-speed computational chess match, with human operators managing systems operating far beyond traditional human reaction times. The human drama of this drone confrontation revealed the profound psychological and strategic challenges of modern naval warfare. Pilots and tactical officers faced unprecedented stress, managing combat scenarios that fundamentally challenged their training and technological understanding. Each drone represented not just a physical threat, but a potential vector for electronic warfare, reconnaissance, or kamikaze-style attack. The psychological toll was immense, tracking hundreds of small, rapidly moving targets, making split-second engagement decisions, and maintaining situational awareness in an increasingly complex battlefield. Hours of continuous engagement tested human endurance and technological resilience. Sailors and aviators understood they were participating in a watershed moment of military technology, where autonomous systems were challenging traditional notions of combat effectiveness. The drone swarm attack was more than a tactical challenge. It represented a fundamental shift in warfare, where numerical superiority and algorithmic complexity could potentially overcome technological sophistication. As the engagement continued, the U.S. naval formation demonstrated why it remained the most adaptable and technologically advanced maritime fighting force in the world. The final phase of the naval operation focused on a critical objective: neutralizing the mobile command infrastructure that coordinated the complex drone and missile attacks. Intelligence had precisely located several improvised command vehicles disguised as civilian pickups, moving through coastal terrain and maintaining communication networks for the drone swarms and missile platforms. The GBU-53 Stormbreaker precision-guided munition emerged as the weapon of choice, a 250-pound smart bomb with unprecedented targeting capabilities. Its tri-mode seeker, combining infrared, millimeter-wave radar, and semi-active laser guidance, allowed unprecedented precision against moving targets in challenging environmental conditions. P-8 Poseidon Maritime Patrol aircraft provided crucial intelligence, tracking the mobile command nodes and creating a real-time targeting picture that would enable the surgical elimination of the enemy's operational brain trust. This was more than a simple strike. It represented a sophisticated decapitation strategy designed to completely disrupt the adversary's ability to coordinate complex maritime attacks. The technological marvel of the Stormbreaker weapon system demonstrated the cutting edge of modern precision strike capabilities. Unlike traditional munitions, this weapon could track moving targets through dust, smoke, and challenging terrain, maintaining lock even when visual identification became difficult. The weapon's sophisticated guidance systems could adjust mid-flight, following targets that changed direction or speed, making it virtually impossible for the mobile command vehicles to escape. Onboard computers calculated complex intercept solutions, integrating data from multiple sensor platforms including satellite reconnaissance, maritime patrol aircraft, and ship-based radar systems. The strike represented a perfect fusion of intelligence gathering, real-time data transmission, and precision weapon deployment. Each Stormbreaker carried not just explosive potential, but a complex suite of sensors that could identify and prioritize targets with unprecedented accuracy. The weapon embodied the evolution of modern warfare, where information and precision became more critical than raw destructive power. The human drama of this precision strike transcended pure technological execution. Commanders and operators understood they were conducting a surgical intervention that could fundamentally alter the strategic landscape. The mobile command nodes represented more than physical targets. They were the neural network coordinating sophisticated asymmetric attacks against naval formations. Tactical officers worked with a combination of technological precision and human intuition, understanding that each targeting decision carried profound strategic implications. The psychological tension was extreme, tracking moving targets, maintaining communication discipline, and executing a strike that required millisecond-level precision. As the Stormbreaker munitions found their targets, destroying the mobile command infrastructure, the naval formation demonstrated why modern warfare had become a complex dance of human intelligence and technological capability. The strike was more than a military operation. It was a statement about the future of conflict, where precision, information, and adaptive thinking would increasingly determine strategic outcomes. The enemy's sophisticated attack infrastructure had been systematically dismantled, not through overwhelming force, but through surgical, intelligence-driven intervention. The naval operation revealed a fundamental transformation in the nature of modern conflicts, where technology, adaptability, and integrated intelligence supersede traditional military confrontation tactics. The asymmetric attacks using drones, saturation missiles, and mobile command infrastructures demonstrated that technological superiority is no longer determined solely by expensive equipment, but by the ability to integrate complex systems, process real-time information, and instantly adapt strategies. The battle highlighted the growing importance of passive sensors, electronic warfare, and computing systems capable of making decisions at timescales beyond human capacity. The U.S. naval forces proved that their true strength lies not in individual assets, but in the ability to create adaptive defense networks and systems that can respond to emerging threats with surgical precision. Future risks for naval operations became evident: proliferation of low-cost technologies, autonomous swarm capabilities, and the need to develop defenses that can neutralize threats without exclusively relying on expensive interceptors. The strategic lesson transcends the specific conflict. Future wars will be decided by those who best integrate human intelligence with computational capability, transforming information into action with speed and precision previously unimaginable. The military must continuously invest in machine learning systems, advanced passive sensors, and doctrines that prioritize flexibility over doctrinal rigidity. If you believe stories like this matter, and that we must understand modern war before it happens again, subscribe, share, and comment to support analyses that demystify the complexity of contemporary conflicts.